Hey everybody, Rose Matter here, and welcome back to my Bocchi the Rock anime react series. Today I'm going to be watching episode 5. The last episode was the band. Now that they are officially formed, they are trying to get their social media presence to be a little bit more prominent. They're trying to find their aesthetic. And Kita, being the outgoing popular girl that she is also like a master at social media. And so she's like, all right, we need to get like a proper band picture so that we can advertise ourselves more. And of course, Hitori not crazy about that. She's not used to taking pictures of herself, let alone with other people. So that was a little bit of a hard time for her, but was even more difficult was being tasked with writing the lyrics. And we know from the previous episodes that she's quite good actually at lyrics, and it comes naturally to her when she's talking about her own experiences, and they're a little bit more melancholy, a little bit more from the point of view of someone who is introverted and not very popular. But she thought to herself, well, if Kita is going to be the singer, she is obviously like a popular girl. It wouldn't sound right for those lyrics to be sung by her, so I'm going to try and appeal to what I think she should be singing, which is that I can't remember the term, but basically like kind of poppy, happy music. And she was really struggling with that. And there was actually a really sweet moment with Rio where she looked over the lyrics and was just like, don't write from what like you think other people should hear. You should write what comes naturally to you, and maybe it won't appeal to as big of an audience, but the people who will understand it will really connect with the lyrics, and that is what music is about. And Rio talked about how she was in another band and they were kind of doing that. They were selling out a little bit. They were trying to be more mainstream. They were not being true to themselves. And she ended up leaving the band. And that was how she joined this current band. So Hattori took that to heart and she wrote lyrics from her heart. And the band really liked the lyrics. So she is getting more confident with like not trying to do what other people like she thinks other people should expect of her, but staying true to herself. So that was really sweet. And yeah, so we're going to continue on, watch episode 5, and of course, I will give you guys my thoughts afterwards. So without further ado, let's get it. I like how her sister looks about the same age, but she just has a deeper voice. It's like, so she is older. $10,000 yen, that's $100, right? It's so cute that she was thinking about other people. And then all the money just disappears. Yeah, the quota. So basically, yeah, all the money that they earn just goes right back into the band. Tori's like, I'm already doing one job and it's hard enough. No, look at her. Oh, look at her actually getting. She's like, please, yes, give me positive attention. Oh, that's right. Pizza's like, ah. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get to see the concert. Well, they said next month, so it's probably gonna be like the finale is going to be their first concert. It's probably gonna be the last episode. Well, I mean, her sister's not giving her preferential treatment, so I guess that's good. Bad for them, but they've got to learn to work on their own. They have to like learn to work hard. They can't just get things given to them. So I wonder if this episode is going to be like, oh no. I love how what was it, the previous episode or was it episode two where it's just like, Hattori gets a job. And then this one's like, Hattori gets another job. I hope that's not the case. It would be kind of fun to see them working together in a different environment, but I'm like, I want to focus on them and the band and the music, especially the idea of having to make CDs and give them out. And like I said, I'm thinking that the finale is going to be they're actually going to have their big performance, maybe write more music and be able to sell the CDs. And this is where I hope, because I don't know how this is going to end, obviously, I'm watching this blind, but I'm really hoping, given how popular the show is, that it will get a second season and we'll get to see them progress more. And I know I talked about how I love that there's not really much conflict, but it also feels sort of unrealistic because I feel like, especially in something like a band, you've got a bunch of different people with different opinions. There's going to be some conflict at some point. I want to see like maybe a little bit of conflict, but then get over it. Damn, she is cold, but that's how you improve. And there's this girl who I don't know what she does. She works there, I'm assuming, but she's barely talked. Oh, was that the one with Hattori? Oh, that is maybe that's a little bit harsh, and Hattori probably feels really guilty about that because she is part of the reason maybe it wasn't so great. She's like, I'm not ashamed. She's like, I'm devolving. It's probably nothing bad at all. Tough love for sure. She's like, I'm not used to running. Oh, what is? Oh, don't get sick. Don't get sick. She probably isn't used to physical activity. Oh, God. Like a dog, if I show you my belly, it's a sign of submission. Okay, a little bit closer to that than I thought. Yeah, literally. All right, well, here we go. Here are some pretty big stakes. They got one chance, otherwise, they don't get to go up on stage. It's like, yeah, you guys are bringing us down. Tori is capable, but she's too nervous, and Keith is still learning. Yeah, she just hasn't been able to show her full potential. Well, that's the thing. Is like Hita's gonna see based on all this practicing just how good she really is. No, she's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is this? Amazing. We're going for that androgynous look. Nichika's like, please tell me that those are wigs. Okay. It's nice to see the actual them using their instruments and practicing as a band before it's been almost everything but. Yeah, exactly. It's the whole thing about her growth, both as a musician and as a person. Is that Nijika being once again noticing that Hitori's tired? She's like, all right, I don't want to push her. Here we go. Now she's gonna have her moment with Nichika. She had one last week with Rio, and she's had a couple with Kita. Now there we go. Maybe is this the moment where she's gonna tell them who she is? And there she is. Okay, day of the audition. Oh gosh, I'm hoping for the best for them. I'm assuming they're gonna pass. It's still a little nerve-wracking knowing Hattori's like, is she going to be her own worst enemy here and sabotage herself? Yay, it's so good to see them playing together. I like how she sounds about 5 years older when she sings. They sound really good. Go, Hattori, go! Hell yeah, there we go. Nice. Yay, all right, come on. If they don't get it after that, like, that's amazing. Oh, they're still going. Go. Nice. I'm no music critic, but that sounded good to me, especially for high schoolers. I bet the sister's gonna say, like, oh, you passed, but in a very just like meh kind of way. Like, I'm not gonna give you too much praise. Oh, well, I mean, it's constructive criticism. Maybe she's like, we can work with this, though. It's acceptable. I think she's gonna say, like, I see potential. Just in a roundabout way. Yay! Aw. I mean, I knew they would because it'd be kind of lame if they lost. It's like that's where it ended. Oh, no, is she? Well, I mean, as someone who has a phobia of vomit, I appreciate the fact that they don't actually show her throwing up and just kind of the visual representation. Also, I just love just the cut. Yeah. That's a lot of nerves. I understand that. Like, doing scary things just makes you feel really nauseous. It's like, now let's work on that, not throw up after every time we perform live. Yeah, right? It's like, can I clean up first? I wonder if the sister is going to be like, hey, maybe this band is holding you back. You have potential to go beyond even them. Like, you're on another level. Except it's just making it worse. Gotta work on that face, that judgy face. She assumes the worst, like, hey, you did something bad. I love I love the sister has to work on like her wording for things. Like she's trying. She's trying to be positive, but of course Satori takes it as like, oh god, I did something wrong. That's what I figured. Yeah, it's like she's got to be extra hard on her sister to see her improve. And reality smacks her in the face. She's like, do I even know five people? She is. She's like, other than the band. My little sister, the dog. Does the dog count? Yeah, dog. I don't think they're gonna let a dog into the band or into the club. So the next episode is like, I need to find another person to sell a ticket to. Maybe two, because and also maybe three, because I don't think they're gonna let a little girl into the club. As it was awesome. Well, here's the thing. If she just revealed who she is, like, hey, I'm Guitar Hero, I'm in this band, to her like online fans, she would be able to get way more than just a 5 ticket quota. She could probably sell out the club, but that's the next step, right? It's like she feels safe online, separate from the real world, and probably doesn't want those things to commingle. But that was really sweet. I was like, I'm so happy for them. They're like my little kids, and I'm like, oh, they're growing up and they're growing as a band and as people. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. It was certainly like bigger stakes than the previous ones, where it's like, okay, this is the big thing. We have to pass this audition, or that's kind of it. We're back to square one, and we're going to have to figure out elsewhere where we can perform. But it was just nice to see that moment where Hattori was just like, I'm not just doing this for myself anymore. Like, I have people that are relying on me, and I'm going to have to just get over things and just be the best I can be because, like, it's not just me that I'm working for. And she's truly starting to understand the idea of, like, being in a band and, like, who was it? Was it Nijika who said, like, a band is sometimes they can be even closer than family because they're the people you probably spend the most time with, so you get to know each other like on a deeper level. So there's just like that level of like a friendship that's starting to bond. And there was that little moment with Nijika too where it's just she talked about why she wants to have the band succeed, but she's not giving that away. That's something that's going to come up later. But yeah, Hattori was like, I want her to like be able to fulfill her dream. And I know that Hattori talks about like she's doing things for selfish reasons, and she said about how like Kita um, is wrong for assuming she's just doing things like selflessly. But like, yeah, you can be a little bit selfish with your goals, but she also is very like aware of other people and she wants to do the best for them too. In that moment where she just like it clicked when she was playing and she was just like got into what's the word I'm thinking of? Like she was in the zone. Like that was awesome. It was awesome to see that moment. But then of course her getting sick afterward. Like I understand that. It's just like once you do something scary and the adrenaline wears off and you're just like, oh god, and then you're just like, blah. Anxiety is fun like that. Except she's way braver than I could ever be. Like the idea of performing in front of a crowd is just like terrifying. Like this is why YouTube works for me, is because I'm not facing an actual like all the people who are watching, I'm not facing them one on one. So there's like that little bit of like a barrier there, which like makes it much easier. So that's a big step for her, and I'm so happy for them. And we're gonna get to see them play like their first real show. I imagine soon, because I mean we're just under halfway through. I don't know if like their big show is going to be the finale, if they're going to do that sooner. If the whole thing is like a self-contained season, like who knows? I talk about how I want a season 2, but maybe this season, because I don't know how it ends, maybe it wraps up nicely and it's just a nice self-contained story and you don't need another season. Although I would really love one because I love these characters so much. And it's nice to see that the sister is being like in her own way is being supportive of them. But now it seems like next week it might be they have to sell the tickets to their show. That's going to be the next obstacle. And for like Kita and Nijika, they are pretty popular, I imagine. Kita for sure. And Nijika is like, she talks about her friends came to the last one. So they aren't going to have any issues. Rio, and she, iffy, who knows? Like, she's very talented and maybe people are fans of her like Kita is. But then Hattori is going to be that's going to be the tough one. And maybe that'll be that moment where she's like, do I reveal who I am? I'm still waiting for that moment. Like, will they find out she's Guitar Hero? Will that cause any conflict? Will she reveal it to people? Also, it's kind of funny that she's wearing the exact same clothes when she's playing online and nobody has caught on who she is yet. I would just say, I'm like, does she have other clothes than that? I'm surprised that the sister seems to have an inkling about it, but nobody else has seemed to catch on yet, despite the fact that they have literally watched her videos online. She has pink hair and she's wearing the same clothes, and nobody's like, hey, just maybe that's her. So maybe that'll be the thing where she's like, I have to do what I have to do for the band, so maybe I will like reveal who I am, and like I have a built-in audience, they just don't know who she is in real life. And she's gonna have to give up that anonymity. And that's gonna be really scary. So anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Another really sweet episode. I was just like, I knew they were going to pass. I knew they were going to pass, but it was still just that moment of like, oh, how is it going to go? And just seeing them play was awesome. That was another thing too, is like, I'm glad to actually see them be band-like instead of doing these other things, which are really cute to see as well, but to see them play together for the first time all together. And the song was quite good, actually. I might download that and listen to that. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction discussion for episode 5, and stay tuned next time for episode 6. Until then. Bye, guys.
Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Emily Hornsby, Lady of Eternity, Jared Fan, Revealing Storm, Asborn Kennedy, Icognito, Harry Gazif, Zoran Ether, Cardboard, and Shadow Dragon.